Thailand is racing to add more intensive care beds as infections soar. There are fears there'll be no vaccines in Bangkok hospitals within a week. More than 2,000 new cases have emerged, the highest increase since the start of the pandemic. Saksith Sayasombat joins us for more. Saksith, an alarming surge in Bangkok. What steps are authorities taking?
Well, there's not only an alarming surge in Bangkok, there's an alarming surge almost everywhere in the country, where half of the cases, of the over 2,000 record cases per day we are having in Bangkok and in Chiang Mai. Now, the officials have said that there are only 69 ICU beds left in Bangkok. And at the current rate, where we have about 1,500 cases per day, they are going to run out in only a week here in Bangkok, and at this rate also only 3 weeks for the rest of the country. That's, of course, officials are now rushing to add more beds. They could be adding more beds in ICU wards. They could be converting other hospital beds as ICU wards, or they could be also maybe even adding field ICUs. But we are seeing here the rate, the almost exploding rate, relatively speaking, for Thailand that we have seen since the beginning of this year, as a third COVID-19 surge is gripping the country, originating from nightlife entertainment venues here in Bangkok. It has now spread to the rest of the country. And this is a rate that Thailand has not seen before yet, and they are now seeing the effect that it could put a strain on the hospital system. Now, even though 20,000 active cases, that is not a relatively high number, but the rate that we are going here is pretty concerning for officials.
And what's the progress on Thailand's vaccination rollout?
Thailand's vaccination rollout has been criticized for a while now, that is being too slow, and that the government has procured too little or too few vaccines. Right now, ever since the vaccination rollout has started on February 28th, only about less than 1 million people have been vaccinated. Only 130,000 plus people have gotten a second dose, meaning they're being fully inoculated. So the problem is that the majority of the 60 million plus doses that Thailand has earmarked for Thailand, those are going locally produced, but those will not be ready until the middle of the year. And that's also when the vaccination for the general public is going to start. Now, the government is now scrambling to get more vaccines. Yesterday, on Thursday, the government has said that they are now in talks with Russia to get vaccines from Sputnik, the Sputnik 5 vaccine, and also from Pfizer, about 10 million doses there. But a specific amount and also a specific timeline for these, we do not know yet. So it goes to show that even though Thailand has been lauded for its vaccine containment last year, things are unraveling pretty fast at this moment, and the government is facing a much higher uphill battle. Where we are hearing also now that the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha is going to address the nation later tonight in a televised address, talking about all the measures, talking about how the government is going to get more vaccines and how they're going to get on top of the situation right now in Thailand.
Many thanks for the update. Saksith Sayasombat in Bangkok.